Hey guys, this is Daniel, and
My name is Paris.
I'm part of Renewed Fitness. This is a brand I started up last year, and the idea behind Renewed Fitness is I want to be able to use performance training as a way of helping athletes become more fit for their sport as well as become more fit spiritually.
Amazing. And obviously, I'm the owner of Truth Body Systems, and this is a few years old now, but kind of in the making for several years, I would say. Our key focus is getting people their dream body, essentially. So we transform people. I mean, I'm not much of like an athletic coach like Dan would be. I'm not a strength coach. We just get people in pretty amazing shape. So that's what we do, and I'm pretty excited for today because we're reuniting after some time of kind of not training together.
Yeah.
We're going to be hitting different types of workouts, but I think it's just nice to be with like-minded people. And maybe Dan, talk to me a bit of how your journey has changed, because we worked together in 2019 quite a bit, and that was more focused on a more aesthetic goal, right?
Yeah.
So maybe since then, what has changed about your training? What's your goal now?
Yeah, so I started my fitness journey in 2015. Basically, I got super out of shape after first year university, and I wanted to get back in shape and lose some weight. So it started off with me doing HIIT workouts in my basement, and I really built some consistency that summer. And going back to university, I started to hit the weight room, but I didn't really have a good understanding of how to stay on a regular workout program that could help increase my strength.
Gotcha.
And even though like I was consistent in the weight room, my knowledge lacked, but I was still able to make some gains and put on a little bit of muscle. And I think summer of 2018, that's when the two of us met doing a landscaping job.
Yeah.
And then we really connected through that job, and then we just kept in touch. And I remember that year, or the next year rather, 2019, going to the summer, you'd mentioned that you had a vision in mind, and that was to do a photo shoot and help a couple clients be able to achieve their athletic or aesthetic dreams. So essentially look the best that they've ever looked. And you wanted to use this as a way of launching your business. So I think that's when Truth Body Systems started off, and I was so privileged and honored to be a part of that. And for me, being able to see how you program my workouts, gave me my macros and had this plan set up to help me succeed was really cool to see, because I never really had a plan prior to that.
Gotcha.
It was just sort of me doing stuff in the weight room, and I was hoping to get stronger, I was hoping to get bigger and more athletic, but I didn't have a plan set in place. So by you stepping in and helping me out, it really showed me how to set up a plan for success.
Gotcha.
And I was able to really make gains that year, and I looked, up till that point, the best I'd ever looked in my life. And since then, so from 2019 till I'd say 2021, we were working together, and you were my trainer, and you helped me put on a lot of, I'd say about 5 to 10 pounds of lean muscle mass through those 2 years.
And
and
we cut back down one more time, I guess.
we did another cut last summer, and I would say last summer was when I was at my peak. I would say I looked my best.
Yeah, we'll put let's put a photo up.
Yeah, we can
I don't
put a
know,
photo
somewhere
up.
here.
Yeah. But yeah, I looked pretty good that summer. So it was last summer. But last year, I really felt just like a calling to use what I was passionate about, which was fitness, to be able to reach out to youth in my community.
Cool.
And I wanted to do it to help share like my faith. So essentially, I just started a camp through my church, and I didn't really think too much of it. But last summer, I had actually gotten in touch with a strength and conditioning coach for Jeremy Lin, who was an NBA player, and he's his head trainer, and he's worked with Jeremy the last 18 years. I might be getting that wrong, but since he was 18, essentially, and he agreed to take me on as a client and train me. So he's been training me this past year, and also mentoring me. But the training's a little bit different than what I was previously accustomed to. Now I'm training towards increasing my vertical jump. So I actually want to become a dunker. I'm around 5'7", so for me to be able to dunk, it takes quite a bit out of me. And my verticals are around 40 inches. I haven't officially measured, but I think it's around that. So I'm hoping to get it a couple inches higher and see where that takes me. But yeah, it's been a really fun journey so far, and
cool.
It's been really cool to be able to work with Paris and learn from him, and I'm just glad that we're able to reunite and hit this workout.
Originally Dan was like, hey, he kind of almost felt like bad about like changing coaches, but I was like, listen, my niche is completely different. I'm not going to promise you that I can increase your vertical jump the way you want it or make you a sick basketball player, because that's not my niche. Go with the other coach for that if that's your goal, right? If you want to look great and learn about like nutrition and training principles, I'm your guy, right? So it's important to kind of know your niche, especially as now you are coaching and having a business that is revolved around coaching. It's important to know what transformation you give people, because people, like, businesses are made to solve problems, right? Or give people solutions to maybe problems they didn't even know they had. So if you're saying, okay, I'm giving you this transformation from A to B, then you have to be very specific on, okay, this is exactly what I'm providing clients, and that's how you know if you're doing a good job too, right? So yeah, it's been very cool to see kind of renewed fitness, and today I think is going to be fun because we're going to see a completely different style of training than what I would typically do. Yeah. And then we'll be able to kind of contrast and compare and see like the differences. But I think it's nice to kind of hear your story and kind of see how we kind of both connect on a similar mindset of just being really passionate. And I think in terms of like an integrity perspective, that's always something that we want to uphold at Truth Body Systems. And I think they come from the same thing. It's just really coming from it from an angle of we want to help people and just kind of give back and give. And we know that, when you give, you end up getting too, and that's where the value is, and just really seeing kind of what you can do when you put your best foot forward and treat people right. And, I'm lucky to have some really awesome clients. But again, it started from a smaller photo shoot with like 4 people that all kind of had that similar mindset. Yeah. And then now we have like, over 30 people all with that similar mindset of just wanting to be better. So it's kind of cool. And I'm excited to see Dan's kind of continued progress with Renewed Fitness, and maybe one day I'll get out there trying to increase my vertical jump. Probably not.
Always welcome. But I wanted to also say, like, a huge part of my journey has been through the influence of Paris. Like, I never would have imagined myself doing something like this. But for me, it's always seeing people in front of me do what I've envisioned, and seeing what Paris did. He had a full-time job, but just like chasing after his dreams and visions, it really inspired me. And although my training is very different to what he's doing, there's a lot that I can connect with his story. So I wanted to thank you for the inspiration.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
And
fires me up.
And just for the record, so today I'm going to be hitting a lower body workout. It's going to be a mixture of plyometrics, isometric holds, and heavy compound lifts. And I don't know if you want to.
I'm gonna hit an upper body workout. I'm technically on a deload week, which is a lighter week of training, but I'm gonna push some weight around today just for fun. But technically, And then tomorrow I'm gonna probably hit a lower, so I'll stick with upper today, and should be fun. Just get a good pump, get some photos. We got Alex snapping away. We got Jordan behind the other camera here taking some videos. So we'll see you on the inside.
how's the workout?
Pretty good, pretty good. I was saying to Dan, it's kind of weird because today I was kind of just doing whatever felt fun for today and just trying to get like a pump in my upper body, because usually I'm super strict with like and quantified, I guess you could say, with my training. But it was fun. I even hopped in for a few of Dan's sets.
Yeah.
So,
you did good. Yeah. This was the first time. It was not bad.
I would. It would be fun to dabble with some of that kind of training in the future for sure. But yeah, how about you?
Yeah. No, honestly, like I enjoy my type of working out. I think it's very creative, and if like each week is different. And my trainer Josh does a great job of just programming different rep schemes and really challenging me. So this was a super challenging workout, but you know, all in all, like I'm just happy that I improved. Each workout is another opportunity to improve and reach my goals. So
yeah, that's awesome. Good. That's awesome. Okay, so question for you.
Yeah.
I'll ask you two. The first one is personal goal, like let's say fitness goal in the next 2 years.
Yeah, so I was telling you before, but I basically switched my training from aesthetic bodybuilding to more of a performance training. So my goal, my trainer Josh is programmed, my program essentially is predicated on me becoming a dunker. So in the next 2 years, I want to increase my vertical jump to probably around 45 inches. And with that, I want to become a dunker. I don't know how far I'll get, but it's going to take a lot of work. But yeah, that's essentially my goal. So less of an upper body focus. I'm currently hitting upper body only once a week, and I'm hitting lower body 3 times a week. So I've noticed a little bit of a size difference compared to last year in my upper body, but I do think that my lower body's gotten bigger, and I've just become a more functional athlete. So in that sense, I'm very happy. But yeah, like really for the next 2 years, work on my lower body explosiveness. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And 2-year goal for, I guess, more like personal, either if that's, you know, your career or I don't know, the relationship, or like what's your kind of vision in the next 2 years for yourself outside of the gym, I guess?
Yeah, so I actually have a full-time job. I work currently at Alexion Pharmaceuticals, and they're owned by AstraZeneca. So I think I do want to continue to really work hard in the pharma industry and progress in my career there. In terms of, like, I definitely want to secure more of a managerial role.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, definitely very optimistic towards that. And, you know, relationally, like I don't like to put goals. I mean, it would be nice to get settled down eventually sometime, but you know, it's tough. It's one of those things that you can put all the work in.
You can't plan that.
There's things that
I didn't necessarily mean like romantic relationship, but
I wasn't sure what you meant.
But yeah, no, I mean like I mean that's a good goal too. But yeah, that's kind of stuff that just happens for you. I think you can't say like, okay, in a year I need a wifey. You know what I mean? No, you can't really do that. But yeah.
So sorry, what do you mean by relationship?
Well, just like you might say like some people value different things, right? Like, you know, I'm very business focused, I'm very goal oriented, but then other people are very maybe socially focused, so they could, you know, their friend group, they have certain goals that they, it's harder to quantify, but you know, stuff like that, right? So I just was wondering like how much on your value pedestals that you have, how much like relationship is there versus career or family? I know you're a very family oriented person, but like, you know, just trying to get a vibe, but.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, I want to continue to really strengthen the relationships that are close to me. And I think with any goal, having people around you who will support you is very important. So it does go hand in hand. I know you can attest to that.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, just being able to foster my relationship with my family and close friends is going to be super important. And also building connections. I think with just the business and area that we've funneled our energy into, which is fitness, having connections is super important. So whether it's clients, other trainers, peers, it's just super important to have good relationships overall. And also like videographers, photographers, super important. Networking is super key. So
awesome. Super cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to ask you the same question.
Sure.
What are your goals for fitness the next 2 years?
Fitness-wise, so I competed at the end of mid-May, May 14th. So I'm going to probably take a year and a half, 2 years to just keep growing. And then I want to compete again. I compete naturally, so in like, you know, natural natural divisions, no drugs. So I want to be able to place at the top level in like maybe a natural show in a couple of years, I would say. So that's kind of like a 2-year goal for me, I'd say, in men's physique. So not bodybuilding, men's physique, I'd say place maybe like top 3 in like a decently sized show, right? Life-wise, so I think main goal for me is business. So I think within 2 years, I'd like to be fully capped out for my client roster, fully capped out for Courtney's as well. Courtney's my sister who also coaches for Truth Body Systems, and then I'd like to have 1 or 2 other coaches also working with us as well. So that's kind of like a 2-year goal. I would also like to have my first piece of real estate like within the next 2 years, right? So yeah, that's kind of my goal from like a personal, like outside of the gym perspective, and then just keep building, man. Like I'm freaking ready to keep building, and hopefully we can make some more good content with Alex and Jordan and Dan if he wants to come back, you know.
Yeah. Never say never.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This was a longer one, but I think it was good, and I hope you guys are inspired to do whatever you want to do. That's it.
Thanks.